Welcome to Church at Home with Rachel for Monday, the 8th of August. This is going to be the first of two videos for today because I wanted to keep them short and not have one really long one. But something happened on the weekend that it got me thinking about YouTube and this venue and social media and then specifically about how people treat other people and how we think about and talk about them. In particular, people who are trans. But for this first one, I'm going to talk about what this whole social media thing is and what we're doing with it and recognizing that there isn't a policing authority for YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all these things, but maybe there needs to be. I'm not talking about censorship. I'm just talking about some basic common things. When you produce a video, if you've never done this before, on YouTube, one of the things it comes up with is this geared for children or not? And if it is, there's a whole other set of parameters. But it reminds you, has a little disclaimer. It's like, you need to stick with the YouTube community rules. You're not supposed to be spouting hate. You're supposed to be, like the basic common decency disclaimer. Sometimes I've noticed it will say I have, like, say 13 comments on a post on a video, and I go and there's only 11, and a couple of them have disappeared or I can't see them. And my presumption is that because for some reason the YouTube, the whatever the computerese words are that does the way the computer works, it pulls out things that would be found to be offensive. It hasn't yet figured out a way to pull out bots and those really weird things that pop up. And some of the stuff that gets posted is like, really? Okay, somehow that slipped through the parameters. But so there are rules out there, whether or not people follow them. It's like, I think it shouldn't be suggestions. I think they should be rules. Like when you're driving, you know that a stop sign is not a suggestion that you might want to slow down and stop. It's a stop. If it says STOP, or in Quebec, ARRETE, arrête, it means stop. But the big octagonal sign that's red with the white words, the right letters, even if you don't know what it means, I think it's a universal sign for put your foot on the brake and stop moving forward. A yield sign doesn't mean you can automatically go. It means slow down, yield to oncoming traffic. The yellow light at a stoplight indicates you're supposed to slow down and prepare to stop. Some people, they seem to think that's an indication to step on the gas and go faster. So yield, or the amber signs, the yellow lights, people have issues with that. Sometimes I've noticed, older people in particular, the green light seems to tell them to put their foot on the brake. But I don't think that's because they don't understand the system. I think it's because they don't trust their driving. Topic for another day. But it seems to me that there's a need for there to be some kind of common sense about how we deal with YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok and all of these other different things, because you can really get yourself into some trouble, or you can cause other people to feel hurt. I have a pretty thick skin, and I've been, for the most part, able and intending to keep up with comments. I had a lovely comment from someone the other night, on Friday night, who stated that, it's great that I don't have a whole pile, like I don't have 500,000 subscribers, because I'm still able to take the time to comment and to respond to people when they comment. Sometimes I know I get overwhelmed. I do have a day job. And as much as I love this, it cannot take over what I do for a living. I figure this is part of my ministry, but it's a part of my ministry that's like a hobby, something I really look forward to doing. So much so that sometimes I wish I did this on Saturdays as well. But I know I need to take a break, and you all need a break from me too. So I really appreciate this person's comment that, it was so nice that I don't have so many subscribers, that I'm still able to connect and help participate in this community we've built together, which is awesome. Which was interesting because that was the last thing I read Friday night. And first thing, Saturday morning, I woke up and I was scrolling through my phone and bang, oh, there's a comment. Okay. Well, I'm proud to be an Anglican, I think it was. And not sure what in the video itself pulled this comment out, but this idea that someone coming at me and telling me that basically that I am leading young people to damnation because I am supporting them in their desire to cut off their bits, to to change their identity as transgender. And the leaning seemed to be just girls or boys becoming girls. And I did respond, but it made me think, because before I responded, I had to sit down and think, you know what? There are times when I don't respond. There are times when I choose to just let it lie. If someone has a different opinion than me, far be it from me to tell them they are wrong. I hold that my opinion is my opinion, and I come to my opinion from a journey that is mine. The reason I have that opinion is because of what I've read or conversations I've had, experiences that I've had. Sometimes it's because I'm just wrong-headed and I make up my mind before anything else. But that's the thing, is that when I read other people's opinions or hear other things, sometimes it opens up my world to say, wait a minute, maybe it's time to rethink that. And that's a lot of why I don't usually respond when people say nasty things, or they come back about, you're a woman, you can't be a priest, things like that. Or, you're leading people to hell. I do take that personally, because in my mind, I'm trying to help people not be led to hell, whatever that might be. Again, topic for another day. But Friday was interesting, because before I got the comment about how nice it is that I comment back, I also got something from someone who stated that I am a woman and therefore I cannot be a priest, and that I am not in holy orders. And I've had those comments before. They're not new. But for whatever reason, on Friday afternoon, I was feeling a little full of piss and vinegar. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to respond. And I did. And before I hit enter, before I hit reply, I did reread it a couple times, and I went back and tweaked it, because I didn't want to come off as the kind of person that the comment would be, that this person would say, see, this is why. This is proof that she isn't really a priest because of what she said. And I wanted to make sure I was being level-headed, and that what I said, if I was called upon to say, did you say this, I would be able to say with dignity, yes, indeed, that was my comment. And so I responded, and I was a little bit snarky, I will admit, but I thought, you know what? There is a time to let the comments go, and there is a time to respond. And Friday, it felt like a time to respond. And Saturday morning, same thing. Got back into this back and forth with this person who has issues with how I don't have issues with people who are transgender. Next conversation, next video. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think that we need to find a way to recognize that platforms such as this, they're beautiful because they do allow some anonymity. I have intentionally listed my YouTube channel with my name, with my title, the Reverend Rachael Parker, because I am, first of all, I started this to be present for my current parishioners during COVID, and so it was important I not have a pseudonym. But after that, I did think maybe I should change my name. Maybe I should go with something, clever or catchy or something. I thought, no, because what I say, I stand by. And if I make a mistake, I'm willing to admit that and change. If I present an opinion, if there's something I said in a video a year ago that today that, I think differently, I'm willing to own that. And I am willing to say, I made a mistake, or I've learned more, or my experiences have changed my mind. I'm good with that. So I intentionally put my name right up front. This is who I am. What you see is what you get. But there are lots of people, understandably, who use pseudonyms for their handles, or for their YouTube subscriber handles, and that's awesome, and I get why. I totally do. And 99% of the people who watch my videos, their handles are, they're clever, or they don't say much about you, which is a good point. You don't want to give your life away, but you use them appropriately. And then there is that other 1% where your handle allows you to hide, that you can say whatever you want to say. You can slam someone. You can tell them they're going to hell. You can tell them how wrong they are. You can tell them awful things about their person. And I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying this is what can generally happen. Because when you have a pseudonym or a fake name for your handle, there's no repercussions. If someone responds to a comment you've made with a comment you don't like, delete it. You don't have to deal with it. And I'm thinking that probably those people who feel the most comfortable being haters on social media are the very people who aren't going to care if somebody comes back with a comment that is derisive to them or in disagreement. I don't know why people do that. Forget YouTube and things like that. People are like that in life generally. Some people just seem to be the negative Nelly, and they just have something to say about everything that just goes contrary to what the flow of conversation is. And I guess that's okay. But I'm just thinking that, you know what? It's not okay to use social media as a platform in which you can take pot shots and hide. You're not snipers out there taking out the enemy when you make a nasty comment on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or something. You're not. You're not doing the world a favor by being hateful. But you can help people to understand where you're coming from. I don't care if you don't agree with me. As a matter of fact, I appreciate when people are willing to articulately and gently and considerately disagree with me and share with me their reasons for, like, I understand that this is your point of view. I disagree with you. This is my perspective and this is why. Awesome, because right there a conversation is potentially started. You are opening up a whole world to me that says, you know what, your universe is not the whole universe. Maybe there are things you can learn. I love learning. I've said that before. You give me a book and I will read it. Granted, I have time. Like, I've got lots of books I have yet to read, but I want to learn. I want to hear another person's perspective. But if, like most people, if you come at me with guns blazing, I'm not going to listen. I'm going to run. I'm going to hide. I'm going to protect myself. But if you have a perspective that's different, go for it. Open up your own YouTube channel. Offer your thoughts and your insights and see what happens. And then don't be upset if people who think contrary to you respond to your comments or to your videos, because that's what this platform is about. We open up our worlds and we explore things and we learn and we share our thoughts, and hopefully we grow. So if you are a commenter, or if you're thinking about creating your own content on YouTube, or if you already do, maybe from one YouTuber to another, I can't believe I just call myself a YouTuber, think about the implications of how we go about this. What is the common decency that we might strive to find here on YouTube? Because I think everybody has a voice that needs to be heard. But when we all learn to speak with that voice gently and considerately, we might all learn something from one another. So I think this is like my 513th video or something like that. And I just like to say to everybody, thank you so much. You are an encouragement, and you make me think, and you make me grow, and you have helped me to become a better person and a better priest. In some ways, you've helped me become a better wife and definitely a better dog mom to Dude, who's laying down here on the floor beside me. But thank you for walking with me as we discover these things that we discover together. Your wisdom contributes to the world in an incredible way. And I thank you for those of you who comment gently and with grace. Thank you. Keep up the good work. And for those of you who feel that it's more effective to sort of be a hater, it isn't. I'll still listen, and I may or may not comment. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in, and whether I need or not. I think that this is actually going to contribute to something other than heartburn. But think about what you're saying. Your opinion is valid. Your thoughts are real. I don't deny that. But if you come at me or anyone else with your opinions as if they are the only ones that matter, that's a conversation ender, not a beginner. And to me, this is all about opening up conversations. So have a great day. God bless. And I'm going to come back with part 2 in a minute. And I might be a bit of a barn burner there. God bless everybody. I'll see you back in a moment.